hope y'all can hear me. I had that problem last time. Let me turn the volume up.
What do you call your lady?
The sound is working good. It wasn't working last time. I had to reset the whole live session. Eating salmon and Brussels sprouts. I got my computer right here so I can see comments as they come through. But this is our mid-month goals chat because we are in the middle of May, believe it or not. And I just find that really crazy. I feel like time has been going by super fast this year. I'm like, is it not knowing that I'm here? I'm like, it don't look like people know I'm here just based on, let me see, I'm gonna post something on Facebook. And I can't do Instagram because I'm already on live. I could have did it before I started. I posted my meal, but I didn't post that I was going live. All right. I posted it there. I can post it on my X account. I'm mad at it. I need to sign in. I'm like, this my Twitter still work without me signing in? And it don't. Hey, Kwana, how are you? I'm so glad you joined. Nobody else is on yet. I was eating dinner and trying to share the live. Y'all probably hear my dog scooting around in his crate because I'm eating. I didn't want him out in the way trying to come and be like up under me. How are you? And what are y'all eating for dinner? I'm eating salmon and Brussels sprouts. I understand, Quana. I'll put you in my prayers. Things are going a little better, but I'm also having a few myself. I also feel like I'm doing good, though. Like, yeah, I just feel like it's a mosquito or something in here, and I hope I'm not getting bit up on my legs. What was I gonna say? My birthday was this week, and I feel like I had a pretty good birthday. So that was nice, but I'm just hoping that really what I pray for my 32nd year is just like peace, consistent peace. And I know that life like ebbs and flows, but I honestly am hoping to have more peace at home and within my relationships, whether it's family or friends, and just kind of maintaining some sort of harmony. So last weekend, I went to Dallas with Des for a day, and that was really fun. Des and I determined that we really liked the whole going away together for a short time and then coming back. And so that's what I did last weekend. We left late Saturday afternoon, not like evening, but like the sun was still out. And then we got there right before the sun went down. And we actually went and saw Sinners together in Dallas. That was really good. And then on Sunday, it was like Mother's Day, of course. So when we got back, we spent some time with Josiah and Desmond's mom, and we went and had lunch together. I streamed church that evening because we thought they had a 6 o'clock service, but I think they just did that for Easter only. So we streamed church together that night around 6 o'clock, and then that was pretty much it. And then on my actual birthday, which was on Tuesday, I was off. So I know this sounds very simple, but Hey Pops goes to the world. And don't forget to like the live session. Just go like this to the screen and double tap to like it. Or like it however you normally like it if you're on a computer. I don't know. But on my actual birthday, I started the morning with a workout because I want to get back into my fitness routine. I've been joking and saying I look like I'm expecting because I've just kind of let my fitness journey go to the wayside. So I did a Zumba class in the morning, and then after that, we went to Aldi and grabbed some of my favorite things. So like, I'm actually eating salmon and Brussels sprouts right now because we picked that stuff up at Aldi. I was able to go clean my car out, which was really something I had been needing to do. I got an oil change, and I needed an oil change because, like, I was overdue for one, but the last time I went to the place, the guy had told me that when he looked under there, it didn't really look like I needed one. And so, like, I got something fixed on the inside of the car. One of my dogs had ripped my seats, and I have cloth seats. So last week or the week before, I paid this guy that we met when Daz got his truck to sew my seats back up. And so after they sewed the seat back up, I wanted to clean the car out because the car had like crumbs and dog hair and everything else in it. So the place where I go get oil changes also has the car wash attached to it. So Des and I went and cleaned the car out together. I know it's like, that's so simple, but I ran like errands. I went and got a free nothing but cake. I went and returned something to Ross. Like, it was like having an extra day in between the weekend because it's so hard to get all my errands done on Saturdays and Sundays, especially like prior to Tuesday when Josiah's team finished with their baseball tournaments, because my weekends often be filled with like other things. So once we handled all that, we got all that stuff knocked out before like 12. Des and I went on a lunch date to Fogo de Chao, and it was so good. I've been there before, but that was my first time ever going for lunch. And I tell y'all, I probably will never go there again for dinner. Everything was so good and fresh. They gave me a cake for my birthday for free. It was good. And then that evening, Josiah had a tournament. and I had to go to that. And I brought the dogs, and it went okay for the most part. But we ended up being asked to leave the park because Bruno wouldn't stop barking, which kind of put a damper on the night. But overall, long story short, I had a good birthday. I felt really happy about how my day went. Like, I enjoyed the date with my husband. I enjoyed going to do a class that I don't normally get to do. It also set the tone, like, going into this year. Like, I want to be back in the gym again. I want to be eating healthy again. I want to keep my home and my car clean as best as I can. So all of that kind of went well. And then this weekend, we are celebrating over some lunch and drinks Saturday. And I might still go Sunday, but I had canceled my plans for Sunday because Josiah was invited to a birthday party. Thank you so much, Quana. Me too. Me too. My birthday gift to myself was like, and it was like a birthday / Mother's Day gift, was this purse I saw in Ross. I don't think I need to buy no more purses. And then I got some pretty good gifts from everyone else too. Like my husband, the date, I really appreciated that. And the alone time we had, I really appreciated that. We had some good food. And the time alone, it was just really, really nice. We don't always get that. So I'm honestly about to try to find a babysitter in my city, which my braider's daughter actually is looking to babysit more. And I know them, and I know her mom pretty well. So I'm thinking about using her just because it's a relationship I already have. So we can be more intentional about dating every month. And then, what was I going to say? Some of my friends got me gift cards. I received a few Zelles and stuff like that. So, like, I appreciated that. One of my managers gave me a card with some money in it today as a belated gift. So, like, I really appreciate the love. My friend Kira from YouTube sent me money for a drink. Like I said, I got some gift cards. Some people got me Southwest. Some people got me Delta. So they know I'm trying to travel more, and I really appreciate that. And the icing on the cake is Des and I decided to go to New Orleans at the end of the summer. Or wait, not the end of the summer, but this summer. We caught a really good deal on a flight, and it was on Delta. And so we are going to do that. It's going to be another turnaround trip. But what I learned from the last turnaround trip is that we need a little bit more than 24 hours. Like 30 hours is okay. But I think it's good to have a full day in a place, or at least land in the city that you're visiting by around 1 p.m. So you have from like 1 to 10 p.m. that day to do activities. When we did Dallas, we based it around Josiah's baseball schedule. So we didn't get to Dallas until almost 6 o'clock, and our flight was delayed because it was raining real bad in Atlanta last weekend. And so that hour that we lost got us there a little bit later. We were supposed to land before 6. We didn't land until almost 6:30, 6:40-ish. And by the time we got to the room, got checked in, got settled, it was almost 8. And so we ended up going to see Sinners for the 8:30 show. And if you've seen the movie, you know it's longer. That movie is 2 hours long, over 2 hours long. The movie theater has 30 minutes of previews. So by the time we finished the movie, it was after 10 o'clock. And it was like maybe about 10:30-ish, but it's 10:30-ish Central Time, which is 11:30-ish our time. And you got to be, keep in mind, we had been up since, I don't know, Dad's probably been up before I got up last Saturday. He probably was up from like 8 a.m. because of the baseball game. And I had got up around 9, cleaning the house, trying to make sure stuff was ready for the trip. I went and got now one thing I did enjoy also last weekend is I went and got my nails done. Tried a new tech, because my tech, I don't know if she work at the shop I've been going to anymore. And I tried a new tech on my feet too, and that was a good experience. It was just a long day. So for New Orleans, we're flying in late, but we're not leaving the next day. We're gonna leave like that the following day. So we have like a true day and a half. And with New Orleans, I really wanted that because I want to be able to go and try food. So I don't want to just only be able to do dinner. Like the way we got our trip booked, we really, when we arrive, we probably just going to go to the room and go to sleep. But the next day, we have the whole day. And then the next day, enough time to go eat. So we could probably do like breakfast somewhere, lunch somewhere, dinner somewhere, or do lunch and dinner somewhere the day that the full day that we're there, and then do breakfast the day that we're leaving. You should go to a new city days instead of staying in the same city. Exactly. That's exactly what that felt like. It was like we did a date that we could have did in Atlanta and Dallas. And it was really fun. Not to mention the theater in Dallas that we went to was really nice. Really clean. It had reclining chairs, so it was comfortable. And the movie we picked was pretty good, so we were into it. Even though we were both tired, like we weren't too tired to watch the movie. Now for New Orleans, that's around Dez's birthday, so I'll let him kind of decide what activity he wants to do. But if it's up to me, I would pick the casino. And going to go eat. If y'all have any recommendations, food places, things to do, I need to look. Lisa sent me a whole bunch. She sent me a whole bunch before I booked my Dallas trip because I was trying to figure out where to go. But I finally got a reasonable New Orleans trip. I didn't want to pay $200. And that's the other fun thing, y'all. We're going to Nashville next, just the two of us. For the Nashville trip, that trip is like $78 per person round trip on Southwest. For the New Orleans trip, we're doing that one. It was $127 round trip. I feel like that's fair. I'm at a point where if I'm going somewhere in the United States where the flight is less than 3 hours, I don't really want to pay more than $150 per person for the trip. What cities would I go to? So in addition to, well, I would do Dallas again, but maybe the next time stay like from the whole day Saturday to Sunday, leaving out around 12 instead of leaving out first thing in the morning. Or even leaving out at 11 instead of leaving out at, we left out at like 8 a.m. So it was really early. But we did that on purpose because we wanted to be back early enough to enjoy Mother's Day in Georgia. New York is still one I'm interested in. Chicago is one that I'm interested in. I would love to go back to Orlando or Miami or Destin, Florida, for the beach vibes. California is not one I would do for just a day. The time zone difference, anything with a time zone difference, I feel like I need 3 days, 2 nights minimum. But, well, not a time zone difference because Dallas has a time zone difference and so does New Orleans and so does Mississippi. But anything with more than 1 hour time difference, I feel like we need more than 1 day. Is this a napkin I can use right here? My hand is, got this oil on it. When I clean the kitchen, I move the napkins over there on the counter because I saw that thank you, baby. Most people put their napkins on the counter and not on their table. Yes, a beach date night picnic does sound nice. We're going to Savannah to celebrate my mother-in-law's birthday in June. And I feel like that would be a really nice, easy vibe to do right here in Georgia. But in Savannah at Tybee Island. So I might keep that in mind as something we can do. And it's a hole in the wall that has some pretty good food down there that my sister-in-law told me about. So food and the water, it's relaxing. It's good for your soul. Just sit down there and listen to the waves. But yeah, and then honestly, if we don't fly everywhere, like sometimes we could drive, and I would go back to, I think it was North Carolina. It was like 2 hours away, Chattanooga, Tennessee. I wouldn't mind going to Alabama near the Alabama casinos, and that's not too far from where we live at all. But honestly, just this year for me, especially because I'm 32 now, and you know, we probably will want to expand our family. I think it's really important that me and my husband work on like connecting and making that time for each other and strengthening our bond. And I also feel like it's important that, you know, we build our family unit with Josiah as well. And that was a struggle the past year, just because of different factors that I've already kind of shared. But I feel like we're making progress. I feel like we're on track as far as trying to keep God in things and, you know, going to church, being more consistent with like making time for church and building it into our routine, praying. I do need to put more time into reading my Bible, not just on the days when I'm streaming a service, but just like on my own solo studying. Hey, Joseph, I'm doing great. How are you? But I feel like I've definitely have made progress in the last couple of months. And the fact that we found a church that we like enough that we've made it 3 Sundays in person. And last Sunday, we really didn't make it because we were traveling. Like, our flight left at 8 a.m. and we got to Atlanta right around 11 a.m. So we wouldn't have made it to church by 11:30. But I still took the time to stream it and actually try to be present for that whole time. And I honestly look forward to going back this weekend in person. I genuinely want to try to go to church as much as possible. As long as we're still enjoying it and we're still feeling like we're growing and learning from the messages. Like, I'm glad to hear that, Joseph. And thank you, Quana. I appreciate that. I feel like if I can be consistent in that, it's going to drive my actions and my journey to a healthier, happier me. And so right now, like, I weighed in earlier this month and I was not really happy with where I was, but then I weighed in again at the beginning of this week and I was down 3 pounds. So transparently, I'm back at 250, which is not where I want to be, but it's less than where I was in January. And so I'm not trying to put pressure on myself, but I am considering if I start being consistent with diet and exercise, and keep it in mind, like, yes, I'm going to be celebrating my birthday this weekend. And then, like, at the end of the month, we are traveling. I'm looking forward to that. I look forward to documenting that trip. I didn't document our day trip. I did take a couple pictures and stuff, but like, that's the thing. I just was trying to be present, honestly, because we didn't have a lot of time. But I honestly may make this like something that I can document, whether it is me documenting it after and I just kind of reflect by showing the pictures and talking to what I like, what I didn't like. I also wouldn't mind doing a new hotel review series because it's very easy for me to record a clip of the room and then talk to y'all about where to stay. Honestly, Dallas was such a vibe. I would love to go back. If I get another flight that's super affordable, I will book it. I don't care if I go again this year. It was that good. And I would do everything the same way as far as where we stayed and just like the location. I really loved it because I felt like it was close to the area we wanted to do stuff in. Oh, thank you, Aubrey. I felt like it was very convenient as far as the things it offered. It had an airport shuttle, so we didn't have to pay the Uber to or from the airport. There was food in walking distance. There was a Thai restaurant, a liquor store, an In-N-Out, a Raising Cane's, a Starbucks, a Smoothie King, like all in walking distance. So like if we had longer time there, we could definitely make that work without having to pay so much on rideshare. And then the area that we went to kind of see the movie was in the center of a whole bunch of other stuff. There was a putt shack out there, which is, if you don't know what that is, it's like an adult miniature golf place, which we have that in Atlanta. And I think that's what deterred us from going to do that on this particular occasion. But they had a lot of bars and different restaurants that you don't see at home. And hey, and I felt like next time I would try to try a restaurant that we don't have back at home. We had a reservation for Fogo, but we have Fogo in Atlanta. So I'm so glad we didn't use our time in Dallas going to dinner out there at Fogo because it was really a lovely experience on my actual birthday to go with my husband on a date during lunch. And I would do that again. Like, I would go back to celebrate another special occasion. We did Valentine's Day there for dinner, and I honestly would go back for Valentine's Day again, but just do a lunch date, because I feel like the experience was just so much more calmer. It was more intimate. It was calm and quiet. So yeah, but I say that to say I'm looking forward to it this weekend, or not this weekend. This weekend I'm celebrating here, and that's gonna be good. But what I was about to say is this summer I have a lot of travel planned. We are going on a few different trips, and then it's gonna be great. So I'm looking forward to that, because I don't know, I'm just trying to live more and enjoy more life and have more memories and moments and cross a few destinations off my bucket list before you know, I may have to sit down for a little bit. So okay, you can send it to me and I will. And then even if I don't look at it right now, I can message you, because I know where to find you, to be like, hey girl, this was amazing. But yeah, feel free to send it to me. Do you still have my email address? Or yes, I would say email it like you did last time. Am I talking to you? I'm talking to everybody on the live stream. Hey, Lex11. How are you? But okay, so I talked about goals a little bit. And one of my goals was to have an enjoyable birthday, and I did. So check that goal off. The other part was to have an enjoyable vacation, and that's coming at the end of the month. So I will report back in the end of the month check-in, and I will let you know how the vacation went before I do my review of the new resort and the, you know, vlog of the experience. Y'all will see it on live probably before I can get it up and scheduled. Content, I've been uploading shorts regularly. I have so far had 2 videos go up. I got to figure out what my video is going to be for next week, because I'm coming up on Saturday being a week, you know, from the last video. Y'all seem to love the mother-in-law bodybuilding competition vlog that I posted. So thank y'all so much for checking that out and giving her some love and appreciation in the comments. She's gonna start doing more content soon, she said. So I'm supposed to be helping her with that. So definitely stay tuned for that. She'll be sharing her fitness tips and healthy living tips. And so she'll be helping me get healthy as well. And I hope to document that. What else? I'm not looking at my goals, so I'm trying to remember everything. My faith-based goal, we kind of talked about it. I said I was going to attend church when I'm in town and stream when I'm not. And so far, I've been doing that. Got to work on the daily prayer and the reading of the Bible. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, you know, the chat ebbs and flows, Lex. I understand. Right now, it's a lot of you, but Quana's here too. Thank you, Quana. What was I about to say? What else? And sometimes people come and watch it afterwards, like after I'm gone. So don't you fret. I'm trying to think. So that was the goal. Then the fitness goal was to try to get in the gym. I think it was 2 to 3 times a week when I'm in town. And I'm slowly getting there, okay? I made it twice this week. I would like to go again before Sunday. And I probably am going to try to go Saturday morning or tomorrow morning. It's okay, Lex. No need to apologize. And then the drinking of the water. I've been trying to be more intentional about it. In fact, on my birthday, I think I bought this. Maybe it wasn't on my birthday, but I had bought this this really big one because these were on sale at the store. And then I've started like having a reusable cup at my desk at work, and I'll go put ice and water in it like twice a day to drink during my shifts. But I could do better with my water intake. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Diet, I'm trying to make better decisions. Honestly, I haven't been doing terrible. Like my meals this week, I did eat out some days, like, or lunch was provided and I ate what was provided because I don't turn down free food. But like today we had a meeting and food was provided and I did like a baked potato bar. And so I had sweet potato, with a Caesar salad, and then I had loaded it like it was a white potato, so I put bacon and cheese and green onions, and then I had some chili on the side. Then for breakfast, I had an omelet with spinach and bacon and cheese and mushrooms, and that was really good. Your name is Cedric. Oh, your account says something different. Okay, then. Thank you for letting me know. So that was pretty healthy, and then I just got through eating salmon and Brussels sprouts. Y'all probably saw me eating that when I first started this live stream. And then honestly, I think I probably gotta cut back on the drinking after my birthday. But most days I'm mostly drinking water. With snacks, I've been doing like dark chocolate almonds, peanut butter crackers, apples, green apples. I've been eating a lot this week. And soup and things like that. But yeah, so I'm just trying to get back into the fitness stuff. And then as I start doing fitness, it'll drive me to want to eat better and hydrate more. And then my content creator goal was like trying to get caught up on editing. So I'm going to try to do some editing in my free time this weekend when I'm not celebrating. And then I had the goal for the shorts, which I've been uploading shorts regularly, even some real-time shorts. Like I went to the Braves game yesterday. I uploaded a video while I was there. When I was at Fogo, I recorded a video of my dessert and I uploaded it like a couple of hours after dinner, like that same day. So anything that I can upload in that moment that I feel like it makes more sense for me to upload right away, I will probably start doing so I can be more consistent with YouTube shorts. And then I'm trying to figure out what else I can bring as far as vlogs so I can be more consistent with the long form videos again. And then I think my personal goal was really just about like enjoying my birthday, enjoying vacation. So that was, that's pretty much what, oh, thank you, Cedric. That's pretty much like me going through my goals. So now that I'm done going through mine, if you want to share one of the goals you might have had for the beginning of May that you set for yourself in April, or you set for yourself on the first day of the month, let me know in the comments how your goals are going. Like, are you achieving the stuff that you set out to do? Did you set a goal? Like, or do you want to use this time to think of a goal? I think for me, honestly, it's just kind of building on the things that I've already talked about. But I would love to hear, like, what is one of your goals? Michael's to have 2 WWE belts. Okay. Who's your favorite WWE personality? I have some WWE fans in the house. Like, in my literal house, I have some WWE fans. I think Josiah's favorite person used to be Roman Reigns, but I don't know if that's still his favorite person.
He likes Cody Rhodes.
Well, Des is saying he likes Cody Rhodes. Who's your favorite, Cedric? That's a great goal, Quana. That's a great goal. Oh, that's so sweet. Jay Uso. Okay, okay. I know who that is. Didn't Jay and Jimmy, they used to be together and then they not no more, and one of them is nice and one of them isn't? Which one is Jay? Is Jay the nice one or the mean one?
They're both good guys. Jay has the short hair now.
Oh, they're both good. Okay, never mind. You can tell I watch it by listening, but not really paying attention because my family watches it. Hi, Jen. They're back together now. Look it up. Oh, okay.
Jay's a world champ.
Oh, so, look at that. I didn't know. The last time I was watching, they were separate. I'm doing good. How are you?
They're together.
Did you have a good day? It's okay. You letting me know. I don't even realize. I didn't even know they were back together. Do you have any goals for the month of May that you want to share in the chat? That's kind of what we're talking about. I went through some of mine, and I'm asking everybody, like, do they have a goal that they've already reached or want to reach before the end of the month? It's hard because I'm a creative, and if I get an idea, I want to work on it, that instead of the one I'm working on. Yeah, I can see how that could be hard, but I don't know. If you have like a little notepad beside your bed, I would, like, if you wake up in the middle of the night or you can't sleep because you have this idea, I would just start jotting it down and then, you know, just leave it there. That way you don't lose the idea. But I get it. Like, sometimes you just get this inspiration to film. Last week, I had some inspiration about video topics to do, and I will share them here with y'all to get y'all opinion. So one of my videos was going to be like a This is 32, and it was going to be like a reflecting video talking about some of the things I've learned, some of the things I set out to do, and just kind of like what I hope for in this new chapter. That way I have it as something to reference when I achieve it. Not necessarily in the same format as the goal videos I do every month, but specifically like reflecting on the last year. Another video that I wanted to do was about like friendships and how they change in your 30s. That's just kind of inspired by some recent events in my own friendships and just kind of feeling like, you know, things have really become different in this stage of my life. And I feel like it's something that, who's Becca? Hi, the Riz Master. It's only me to stop getting bullied. Are you being bullied in school? That's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. What was I about to say? I was gonna say something. Oh, but how your friendships change and just kind of like giving advice about how to navigate that change. And I think something I think about is how you basically can compartmentalize your friendships and your relationships based on your needs and based on the support you receive. So it's not to say that you have to cut off everyone in your life if you start getting distant from certain people. But I think that there is some validity in kind of understanding where you are and where you want to be and where the people you're acquainted with are and where they want to be and how y'all align. And sometimes in a younger season in your life, you're going to align with certain friends. You're going to align with certain people because of convenience, because of commonalities. And sometimes when those commonalities disappear, the friendships die down. And so the best example I can think of is like you have friends that you might have met in school. And while y'all are in school together, having classes together, seeing each other multiple days a week, having activities, maybe you play sports together, maybe you're in a club together, maybe you are, you know, volunteering together, whatever it is, y'all have a common thing and that is keeping y'all connected to each other. And then when you finish school, people start doing different things. Some people may go to school and continue their education. Some people may decide to work right away. Some people may start a family. Some people may join the military. Some people may get a job that requires them to travel a lot. Think about travel agents or just people who go and do something that's kind of like not local or they have a crazy schedule. And so then you start to grow and learn yourself in these new stages of your life. And it affects those friendships. And not only does it affect those friendships, but you may be put in a position to meet new people that align with where you are going. And so it's not that you don't like or love the people that you were friends with and saw all the time and were acquainted with. But sometimes life takes you in a different direction and you stop checking on everyone. You may notice that when you stop reaching out to people every day, they don't reach out to you. And you begin to pivot. And I think that's what changes in your 30s because like when you're 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, is if you and your friends don't go off to separate schools and y'all are all local, you still are young and you have that fun mindset of like doing crazy things together. You may not have it all figured out and that's okay. But when you get to the age of 30, 31, 32, 33, most people are in a different spot. than they were when they were young and college aged or fresh out of high school aged. And some people stay the same. Some people continue to want to do the same childish stuff. And I think also like being a mom changes stuff too. Like I became a mom at 22. And so now I'm 32. I've literally almost been a mother for 10 years. My son turns 10 next month. And I'm just like, I have evolved so much as a person over this last decade. I am not the same person that I was. And I don't want to be. I feel like I've gained more confidence. I definitely feel like I've gotten closer to Jesus than I was when I was 22, because your girl was lost in that season. I have more like appreciation for what I have. And I also feel like I'm more resourced than I was. You know, I'm married now. I have a home to call my own. I'm not living with my parents. I have a job that goes with what I studied in school, and I'm not feeling like I'm trying to figure out my next move right now, which is very comforting and stable. It's something that I've wanted for a while. So I say that to say, like, that's where I am. But then some of the people that I grew up with, or some of the people that I was acquainted with, they may be in their figuring it out season. Or they might be in their fun season. They're not married. They don't have kids. They can just pick up and do whatever. They can quit a job if they want to. They can move across town if they want to. They can do things last minute if they want to. And sometimes when you are friends with somebody who's married with kids or is a single mom or any of that in between, it can be hard to keep those bonds with your single friends who may not always understand or appreciate that dynamic. And then some people, they solid no matter what. And I think some people change when they get married. They get married and then they get in the honeymoon phase, and they cling to their spouse, and they kind of get distance from their friends. Some people are navigating their first serious relationships, and so it's not that they're not still your friend, but now a lot of the time they might have been spent talking to you in the group chat. They might be spending that talking to their significant other and talking and spending time with their significant other. And so keeping and maintaining friendships in your 30s can become lonely, because sometimes those friends that you used to talk to every day, you may go weeks without speaking to them. You may go months without speaking to them, or you may go weeks without speaking to them and or months without seeing them. You may be speaking every now and then, sharing memes on social media, but you may not see those friends. Like, and some of my friends I have not seen in 3 months. Some of my friends I have not seen this year. We talk. We have each other's numbers. We check, happy New Year, happy Mother's Day, happy da-da-da. But we haven't seen each other. And so, like, it gets to a point where it gets lonely. And I think with that, it's really important to allow... You're not horrible. It's fine. No problem. I'm going to be leaving off in a moment, too, because it's almost 10:30. I've almost been on for about 45 minutes. But I say that to say I feel like, it's important to put your energy where energy is put into you. It's important to pour into those that are pouring into you. It's okay to reciprocate the positive that you are receiving. And whenever you are, okay, have a good night too. Like, it's like you have to give people what they give you back, And if you're overextending and you're always checking first and you're always initiating stuff, like I had this conversation with some coworkers a few weeks ago, and all of us were talking about how we felt like in our groups, we tend to be the one to plan stuff, check on people, try to keep the peace, try to make sure we see each other and things like that. And it can be exhausting because people tend to forget to check on you. Or as a married friend, people assume that everything is good in your life because you're married. If you have a boyfriend, a long-term relationship, or okay, no problem, have a good night. People tend to think that you are okay all the time just because, well, you got a boyfriend, you're fine. You married, you fine. You're not going through nothing serious. Because like people associate that sometimes, like, well, you got a person, you shouldn't have anything going on. It's like, that's not always the case. At the same time, I also feel like, people also have their own things that they're dealing with. And so sometimes people stop checking on you because they're just trying to keep their head above water. So it's not that they don't love you anymore. It's just that, it's just life is life, and it's life for everybody. I also feel like I pay attention to how people do things. So like if we're friends and we have if I text you directly and you text me back, if I text you in a group chat, you don't text me back as fast. I start to realize like, well, no, either one, you don't like group chats anymore. They do get pretty flooded and people start talking. You come back, it's 50 messages. Now you got to scroll and read all that. Versus you text that friend directly, they always text you back. You realize like, okay, y'all are not estranged. They just don't want to respond in the group chat. Maybe they don't like the notifications. Maybe it's too much. If they didn't see it, now they got to go back and respond and it's late. I get it. But what I don't necessarily like is if I put a question out there in a group chat because I'm trying to involve the whole group of people. And I feel like you ask a question and then you don't hear anything for a few days. But then you see that same friend posting memes on social media or responding to things on social media. You'd be like, okay, so you saw my message. You just chose not to prioritize responding. And so what I've started doing is either not activating the conversation in those group chats and just trying to reach out directly, or I don't reach out in that chat again for a minute after I've asked my question because I feel like that's not an effective way to reach the person. I also, what last year taught me, or, my last year of being 31 to going to 32, I've also realized like, let's say it's a concert or an event or something that I want to do. In the past, I would be waiting on people to say they want to do it with me. If I bring it up, they want to do it with me. When they're buying tickets, let's buy them at the same time. I've done it with like my relatives, and I've also done that with like my friends, in my friend groups. And what I found is that if someone is serious about going, they're going to respond. They're going to be ready with the plan, and they're going to get it done. After people have went off without me and did things, or people have just kind of like not been proactive and then wanted to be last minute, I've learned like I have to do what's best for me. So I'm honestly at a point where I probably have one or two people I'll check with besides my spouse. Certain artists I'm not going to go see with my spouse because he may not be into them. But if it's something I want to do, I'm going to do. I'm just go ahead and buy my ticket. I'm not even going to worry about it. If it's an event that I'm interested in, I'm going to make plans to go. And then we can meet there or not meet there. I'm basically trying to do better with not putting my desires on hold, waiting around for people, which is what brings me to this whole travel thing that I've been doing lately and just wanting to fly out more and stuff. I don't know. Like, I'm 32. I'm closer to 35 than I am to, 28. And so, like, the time I have to be the person who can get up and go because my child is older and more self-sufficient and easy to drop off with a mother-in-law or grandpa because I don't have infants right now. The less I have to keep wasting good babysitting on lackluster experiences, or just feeling like I'm the reason why something is happening. Like if I wouldn't have said anything, the person would have went on and did it without me. You ask a question like, anybody interested in going to this event? And then they don't say nothing, but then you see them on social media asking their social media friends if they're interested in going. It's like, so you can post about it, but you can't respond. Like, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is I'm not putting energy into friendships or to people or situations that don't seem to give me the common courtesy or respect. 32 is a year of reciprocation for me. And that's in all relationships. Work relationships, friendships, romantic relationship. You get in what you put out. I'm not finna overextend myself anymore because I just don't have the energy and mental capacity to do that anymore. I've done it for a long time and I don't want to. When having that conversation with those coworkers, we really talked about, let's see, after my birthday passes, I am going to see who reaches out to me. Even on my birthday this year, I didn't do a big post saying thank you for all the birthday wishes because I responded to everyone who wished me happy birthday. I don't want to remind you that it was my birthday. Like, if you didn't remember, you didn't remember, and that's okay. I'm not going to be a spiteful person or anything, but, like, I'm going to remember who didn't remember that it was my birthday or who, was lackluster in how they celebrated me. And I'm going to make sure that I don't go out my way celebrating people who didn't celebrate me. And it's not about missing my event or whatever. I don't care about that. But like, I know like I literally give my flowers to people every day. That's just the person I am. I'm kind-hearted and I'm sweet. And I feel like I've been too sweet to certain people and they've taken that for granted. Like, oh, Yosha always going to be there. And I'm not. I am going to start pouring more into myself and my family and into the people who pour into me. Whether that's a friend I met a year ago or a friend I met in high school or a friend I met in college. Like, it's going to be a standard because you show people how to treat you. And when you allow folks to kind of treat you like an afterthought, that's what they're going to do. You know, just like with dating, you can't let men treat you like an afterthought because they will. You can't let your friends treat you like an afterthought either. Like family members who want to invite me to something after they've already planned it and they didn't think to invite me when they initially thought of the event, and then they want to invite me and Des and Saya to come the day of. Prime example, Mother's Day. My stepsisters planned an event at my stepmom's house. It was supposed to be on Mother's Day at 3 o'clock. They decided 3 days before that they were going to move it to Saturday at 3 o'clock. Guess who didn't come? Me and Des and Josiah. You want to know why we didn't come? Because we had plans already to travel to Dallas. I'm not going to move my plans to accommodate your last minute plans because it was an afterthought to move something around. Or like, you know, I love my brother-in-law and I love my sister-in-law. However, they tend to do the last minute invites. I'm not moving my stuff around for that no more. And I'm not going to invite them either because it's like, when you had thought of this plan to have this at your house and you invited mother-in-law, you invited your people, your friends, whoever, you never thought to also send that text to us. We have a whole family chat. And then you text us like an hour and 30 minutes before. At this point, we're planning a stream church. We already got something planned. Oh, we doing this at the house. You want to come? No, I don't. Do not invite me last minute. Do not invite me as an afterthought. Don't invite me after you thought about it and remembered, oh shit, Yosha wasn't invited. I don't want to be invited last minute. I want it to be thought of and intentional. Because when it comes to me and how I treat other people, I'm very intentional. I literally go out my way for people. That's just how I am. And you know, I will inconvenience myself to support others. And I feel like that's where I've been messed up, honestly. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say no to your best friend. It's okay to say no to your friend. It's okay to distance yourself and love from afar because people put themselves in situations and then want you to play savior to them and pacify their foolishness. And also, like, when you're going through things, it's okay to disappear a little bit and just explain, you know, I got a lot going on right now and I can't hold space for this right now. That's real. That is so real. I don't take it personally if people cannot show up, if they communicate. What I take personally, though, is if I'm reaching out and I see that, I know that you saw my message and then I see you being goofy online later. Now I feel like you ignoring me and you could just, respond. It's kind of inconsiderate. So, I say that to say, I know I just went down a rabbit hole. Thank you, Quana. I love you too. And I appreciate how you support and always join in on my conversations. Navigating friendships in 30s has been very different. There's people that I was super close to 5 years ago that I don't feel like we're as close anymore. And it's a grief of like mourning what was with people that you thought you'd be friends with forever. And I hope that, I already prayed this prayer. I said, Lord, like, I ask that you cover my relationships and you bring me close to who I need to be close to. I also made a new friend in the past 2 years, and she has just been a phenomenal friend. We live in the same city. We have things in common with one another. We work out together. She's always down. If I want to come in and like have a drink, let's talk. Not even have a drink. Let's just go eat and talk. She can talk to me. I can talk to her. We pour into each other, and it's a really equally yoked friendship. that's great. And it can be hard to make a new friend, especially in your 30s. It's like, you know, no new friends. You're hollering, no new friends. I'm cool. I'm going to just stick with who I know. But sometimes you got to branch out and meet new people and do new things. Like, honestly, I would love to get more into content creator events and like reviewer events because I want to grow my brand and I want to do more stuff with whatever could be a potential business. And so I need to put myself in rooms with people who do that kind of stuff. I don't really do that. I honestly do what I do. I upload it, I make the money, or I don't. And this year, it's been some I don'ts. Like, my payouts used to come consistently every month. And so far this month, or this year rather, it's been more like every other month, which I'm very grateful for because it's still extra cash flow. But I got to figure out like how to get that back consistent. My views are up again this month, so that's great news. But, you know, I think when I dropped off of posting videos daily and I stopped doing, or not daily, I'm sorry, weekly, the long kind, and then I started kind of experimenting with more short formats, stuff like that, it might have affected how I was pushed out. But also my videos are inconsistent. One day you might get a video and it's about bodybuilding my mom. One video might be about baseball. One video is me giving advice. One video is this and that. So I feel like this summer specifically, I really need to tap into the vlogging again and probably some advice videos. Like I said, I think I really want to do the video about friendship and navigating that change in your 30s. It's just very different. And I think it's even more important to have a strong foundation in Jesus, because when you get in those lonely seasons and you don't have a friend you can call on, it's nice to be able to have that strong faith to back you up through a situation that you may have to navigate by yourself. And this is not to say I don't have any friends left. I have not fallen out with anybody. I'm just saying some of my friends, I don't talk to them every day. I don't talk to them every week. We may communicate to form a plan, and then we see each other, and then we go several weeks without seeing each other. Our group chats, I would say all of my friend group chats, except for the one that I have with two of my friends, it's just three of us together. My larger group chats have been really silent lately. And like I said, if I text any of my friends individually, I get a response. So like I said, if I thought we weren't cool no more, there wouldn't be a response, period. But it's just that, like, I don't know, we just used to have these vibrant group chats with a lot of talking and laughing and joking in them. And now it's just like silence. It's very weird. It's a very weird place to be because we used to be in this chat, laughing, talking, kikiing, and it just hasn't been that way. And so I just feel like at times, like, I'll be like, I miss my friends. And then sometimes they just be busy. Like, one of my girlfriends works an overnight shift at a hospital. And so she is not my friend. It's just that the girl is busy. Like, I have to catch her on the weekend when she's not working. If I text her, though, directly, we always will chat. It's just sometimes, like I said, a group chat is probably, like, a lot to keep up with. So I'm just praying over that because I miss my friends. I love them.